freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?
Patriots, this is Secret Service Sam. Welcome to Samson's World. Hey, Action Packed. Where have you been, my friend? Good Lord, you've been missing Troll City. I hope you're good. We haven't seen you in a few days. Welcome to the show. Come on into the stream. We'll let the folks gather. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody come together. Learn to love one another right now. Big day here. We have a big day for you. It is Wednesday. It is Wet Wednesday. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm freaking wet today and excited. Been busy with work and life. I hope all is well with you and your family. Yes, everything is good. You know, my son had a basketball game last night, and he did pretty good. I was proud of him. He was supposed to score a basket, and if he scored a basket, I was going to buy him this vintage Game Boy at INS Toys. If you're ever in the Los Angeles area, look up INS Toys. Ask for Israel and Stephanie. It is the best vintage toy shop in the world. I love it. Great owners. And like, you know, just all the 80s and 90s toys you ever wanted is all there. Hello, Sam. Did you see the emails? Yes, that is crazy, Silky Sweet. Let me see if I can bring that melting snow in. That's like, what is that? That freaking just was like blew my mind, Silky Sweet. Like, what are we doing, man? What is our world coming to? I don't even know. Snow doesn't melt anymore. Let me see if I can pull this up. Snow does not melt. Where was this? There's a lot of videos on it. Why? Now, I have a video of Neil Tyson deGrasse who is saying it's just physics. Let me see if there's some other videos in the snow. Snow doesn't melt and smells like plastic, people are saying. Something crazy about St. Louis snow. This is where I'm from. Let me pull in this one. I mean, I have to almost try this at some point. I mean, we don't have any snow in California. But let me see. I'm going to bring in these two videos. How's everybody doing? Come on into the feed. This is Samson's World, where court comedy, culture, and your world collide. That is actual and factual. I lived in New York for 30 plus years, and snow lasts a long time. Yo, what's up, Greg? Greg, how you doing, sir? Thanks for joining the show. Vintage toys are awesome. Yes. And you know what's funny, Action? I think I'm probably into him a little bit more than he is, which is kind of funny. Hang on 1 second. Text me. I'm on my podcast. This is crazy, guys. So we have new information. Hey, Scott from Massachusetts, under 2 feet of snow in Massachusetts. That's crazy. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Greg, no, I didn't. I hope that doesn't offend you. But no, did you vote for Donald Trump? And also, I really am figuring it out, you guys. And I have to say, I respect everybody who comes into my comments onto the show. Hey, AT2, I see over on Instagram. How you doing? I hope you're good. But I want to address this because I think I've kind of cracked the code for how we can all get along. And a lot of it starts out with name calling, oddly enough. And I have a list of names written down here. People call me a libtard. They call me gay. They say I'm a sad piece of shit loser. They say you're trash. I had a Hispanic guy call me bandejo, a nice Latino. Somebody called me a whiny pussy. Trump is your daddy. Somebody said I'm low in testosterone, which I don't think my wife agrees with that. You have a putz podcast and you're a douche. And somebody called me aggressive. So I've heard all the names that you can call. But what I find fascinating is once we get done calling each other all these names, we find common ground. Somebody said to me in my comments on Instagram, they're like, Sam, I just can't believe you Democrats. All they do is lie. I said, yeah, they lie their asses off. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Cory Booker. The only one I do like who I feel is real, and you guys probably won't like this, or some of you. I like AOC. Ilhan Omar, I like her too. I know a lot of people don't. But God, I mean, those are two women who are smart, intelligent. They fight. And Jasmine Crockett, let me add her in there too. Are all just intelligent, strong-willed women who could run the country if men could let them and get out of the way. Now, did you see what happened to Ilhan Omar yesterday? Let me show you this video because, of course, the MAGA crowd is all up in the comments, all over. Yes, Ro Khanna is great too. And I like that guy Kissinger. He's a Republican. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good Republicans out there. My thing is, so my point is, Democrats, yes, all they do is lie. All Democrats do is lie for the most part, right? And all Republicans do is lie. And I think America is finally waking up that we've been bamboozled, that we've been like, you're in this gang, you're in this gang, when no, we're all in the same gang. If you guys remember that classic 80s rap song where all the rappers came together to try and stop gang violence and say, we're all in the same gang. Well, I think that's what we're doing, man. We're all in the same gang. We're United States citizens, and it's us versus them, versus the politicians. Nancy Pelosi's to the Donald Trumps, to whoever you can't stand. I can't stand them either. Sam, have they given answer to what the guy had in the syringe? No, I have not seen that. Let me look that up now. It personally... Yeah, you might. Yeah, you're right. I'm just action pack. I'm trying to reach my hand across the aisle, so to speak. And what I realize is you have to denounce both political parties in order to break through. Now, I know when it comes time to voting, we have no choice. It's a two-party system. You can either not vote, which, or you can vote for one or the other. And all it's doing is separating us Americans. You know what I mean? Because all these politicians, all they're doing is getting rich. All the bad politicians are corporatists that are bought and paid for by the same big money donors. Exactly. Which a large part is AIPAC. And that's the scary part about it. I'm Jewish, and hey, I'll never take money from AIPAC. I'll never take money really from any type of political leaning company narrative, because then I'm owned. I am 100. What you're looking at, Patriots, is one of the only 100% clean news here. All right, sure, I have my own opinions and I have some of my own speculations and assumptions, but I'm trying not to assume too much. I really want to deal in facts, and if I'm wrong, great. Please correct me. I'd love to learn from you. And all I ask of you is, if you're wrong, then take a chance to learn from me or somebody else. We have to all come together, and we got to put the guns down. We got to put the gang colors down. We're all in the same gangs. Now, both parties aren't equal. One is a cult that stole data, cut funding for disease and poor people's social safety nets, while the other party wants to give people free healthcare in college. I totally agree with you, Action Packed. But the problem is when MAGA read that, they shut down. So what I'm trying to do is figure out a way, and everything you just said is true and it is factual. I mean, you might not have liked Kamala Harris. A lot of people, they trashed her. I think she's smart, black female, but America, not only are we racist, which she's black, but we're sexist. So even men who might, oh yeah, I'm not racist at all, but I'm not going to give my wife the idea that a woman can run the country. Then she's going to get all these questions, That's the problem. You had two things going against her. Yes, that is true. The MAGA definitely listens to whatever Trump says. And, and that's the problem. I'm asking people, just see with your eyes and your heart, and be honest with yourself. And I'd like some people to try this exercise. If Obama, if Biden, if any Democratic president had done some of these same things, like sent the military into our cities to harass United States citizens, I think people would say they're not okay with this. And I think we need to understand you can't be hypocritical and be an adult. You don't need to reach across to anyone. You don't need to reach to anyone. Registered Republicans make up 30% of the registered voters, but less than half of eligible adults are registered to vote. They are a tiny minority. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Well, how the hell did they win the election? Ice moron. There we go. Thank you, Kofari. See, you got the insults out of the way. Call me a moron, whatever makes you guys feel better. But then let's come to the table as Americans, okay? And that's what I love about this. I've really learned. Let's slang insults at each other, but then let's find out that we're really being duped. Red and blue colors, we're red, white, and blue. We're all United States citizens. Think about this. Biden got the most votes ever in 2020 with 80 million. Oh, that's going to kill the MAGA to hear that. Trump has gotten 79 million twice. Add that together, and that's less than half the country. Interesting. They win by gerrymandering and suppressing the vote. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, they don't want mail-in ballots, which is so funny to me. Why don't you guys like mail-in ballots? Like, what do you think happens? Like, I love the mail-in ballot because it comes to my house, I fill it out, and I just go drop it off in the library. I don't like personally having to go, I got a lot to do. I got a life to live. I don't have time to just go and sit in a line and then, show your ID. I mean, it's coming to your house. You know what I mean? I think there's so little proof of real voter fraud through mail-in ballots that I don't believe it makes a bit of a difference. And the problem is it's not like, oh, only Republicans get to mail in the ballots and Democrats don't. No, everybody does. So I just don't really understand why everybody isn't for mail-in ballots. It just makes your life easier. Marxist protesters and propaganda is destroying this country. Stay out of ICE's way and let them do what Americans voted for. And let me ask you this question, Will work for food. Did you vote for them to just remove? See, here's what I think. The regular people, Republicans, maybe some people you're friends with, family, they really voted on getting out the dangerous illegal criminals. But then past that, there's MAGA, who they knew what Trump was going to do all along, and they want every single illegal removed from this country because they've been told that these illegals are driving up the housing market and taking houses that they could be buying, which couldn't be further from the truth. It's really corporate companies, Chinese companies, not just China, a lot of companies, corporate companies come and they buy up all the houses. And if you're honest and do the research, That is what's really driving up housing prices. And also, if you are an owner of property, it's so funny, people like prices keep going up, but that's what, when you own a piece of property, that's what you want. You want the price to keep going up. I have a property in LA, a rental property, and I want that thing to keep going up. So one day, now I'm never going to sell it, but if there was an emergency, something I had to do, I'm sitting on more and more cash. Why? Let's see. The mail-in ballots impact the most active duty soldiers. That's how they all vote. I didn't know that. That guy can't even tell you what Marxism means. Don't address him at all. That's funny. ICE, insane criminal enterprise. I like that. That's a good little thing. Look, everybody wants dangerous pedophiles out of our, but you know what's so funny? They want all the illegal pedophiles out of our country, but they don't seem to want the legal pedophiles out. Donald Trump is all over the Epstein files. Okay? I hate to break it to you, but that's a deal breaker for me. Allegedly. How do I know he's all over the Epstein files? Because they all would have been released. Donald Trump is a vengeant person who likes to get back at people. He likes to get even. Oh, that's a good one. So the fact that if Bill Clinton is all over Bill Clinton even said, release everything. If Obama's on it, release everything. I could give a shit. I said this yesterday. I do not protect pedophiles. I have sons and I have daughters. And my daughter is at the age of which Trump and Epstein and all these buddies, Alan Dershowitz went there. Like, whoever allegedly is there, release it. If Trump, ask yourself this, if Trump is not in the Epstein files, why is he calling it a Democratic hoax? People say, hey, Sam, these files have been around forever. Why didn't they do anything about it? Because they're on it. Is Biden on it? Great. Bring his stupid ass down. I have to say, I have very little respect for Joe Biden, just because who lets somebody talk that much shit on your name without ever saying anything? And he left us with him, with Trump, And the problem is, I like Kamala, but she was never going to win, And Democrats are so stupid, and they always underestimate it. Oh, here we go. Trump never went to the island. You sure about that? Trump, did you see the interview? He was on, it was a show it was the Wendy Williams show, and it was Ivanka, or his daughter, right? And him. And it said, Donald, what do you two have in common? And Ivanka makes the appropriate answer. Probably she says something like business and golf. And what does Trump say? Well, I was going to say sex. About his daughter. That's what in his mind, he was thinking they had in common. Okay. So if Trump never went to the island, why is he saying anything on it as a hoax? Why isn't he releasing everything? Ask yourself that. If he isn't on it, and then if he is on it, and you guys find out he is on it, are you willing to be able to let go of MAGA? Is pedophilia a deal breaker for MAGA and Democrats? It's not even MAGA, it's both sides, because we know both sides are on it. Adolf Trump flew on Epstein's plane to marry his current sex slave wife. He brought off Epstein. That could be true. That's the irony. Melania, Lord, the movie is a total flop. And she's like, could you guys please protest peacefully in Minnesota because it is hurting my movie blockbuster sales. Did you know Brett Ratner directed that? Do you guys know how pathetic that is? And let's just do the math. Brett Ratner was canceled from Hollywood because he sexually harassed several people. Allegedly. And the only job Brett Ratner could get, go figure, is directing Melania Trump's movie. So That's the only job he can get because his boss, give it up, little boy. Ooh, let me write that one down. That's a new insult. I haven't been called a little boy. What would you like me to give up on, Mark? Little boy. That's so funny. Mark, do you guys really believe Trump is not in the Epstein files? Yeah, that's his only option, is to work for sexual assaulters. Brett Ratner, literally, he went from being one of the biggest directors in all of Hollywood to done because he sexually harassed women. And where's the only place somebody who sexually harasses or is a pedophile can get hired? This administration. That's funny. I think you said that maybe yesterday. Her movie is called I Spread for Money, but Swallow for Free. That's a good one. Citizens actually paid to see Melania's movie. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, nobody's going to watch it. Trump is, and I mean, guys, let's just use our common sense. Okay, Trump is in those Epstein files. And then Epstein had that weird picture of Bill Clinton in a red dress and high heels. He also had the weird picture of George Bush playing with the two Jenga towers that resemble 9/11. If we're just being honest with ourselves, and this is all alleged, that from what I gather and what people are saying and telling me, that Epstein was an asset for Mossad, and his job was to get politicians, hook them up with these underage girls, film it. I mean, really, Epstein was doing what everybody thought Diddy was doing. Get high-powered politicians. And this is all over. People say Miriam Engelman, or whatever her name is, who gave $250 million to the Trump campaign. They asked her, they said, you're so good at getting in bed with these politicians. What is your secret? And she says, I would rather not. Is it okay if I do not answer that question? I was like, whoa. But I think, don't forget Bill Gates. Thank you. Dude, you look at him, allegedly, Bill Gates is also a pedophile. Look at him. And why is it always white men? I hate to say, I don't think, has any black person ever gone to that fucking island? Has a Latino ever gone to the island? Any Asian? Like, this is some white people shit, I hate to say. Who declared him deceased? Because many people doubt the story. Yeah, I agree with that. Trump blew Bubba is all we need to know. Yeah, or what about the story where Trump went out to like Lake Michigan or whatever, had a baby with some girl, and they tossed the baby? I mean, have you guys heard that story? Elon bought the election for Trump because Trump knew he couldn't win. Yeah, I think I hate to say it, that's the irony. They're always saying, oh, the election was stolen, but how did Elon Musk? He had software, mind you. Joe Rogan, this is documented. Joe Rogan said Elon knew the election results 4 hours before everybody else did with his software. That's sketchy to me. Is that sketchy to you? I want free and fair elections. If your evidence is look at him, then no wonder the Secret Service effed up security details. Of Bill Gates? I mean, that's not my evidence okay, just look at him. Fair enough. But I'm saying that's generally what pedophiles look like. People kind of, Donald Trump, Epstein. These are usually probably micro penis men who, like Epstein, they all said, all the victims said he had like an egg-shaped dick and it was teeny. And he's a pervert. Sam, story going around, son is not his and Melania, but Trump and his daughters. Joe Rogan says a lot of bullshit. Yeah, Joe Rogan's terrible. Joe Rogan and Andrew Scholes, Theo Von, all these fucking podcasters who got him elected, Joe Rogan cannot be trusted. Great question. Was it small flaccid or small erect? I want to say both. It was a egg-shaped penis. Somebody just wrote Charlie Kirk. Okay. Charlie Kirk, I think, was probably taken out by the same people who pay Epstein. So anyway, Epstein was made into this billionaire. He had his own island where pedophiles could go and feel free to commit all the crimes they want. Their secrets are safe with me. But I need you to do me a little favor in the lobbying section of things. I need this law passed. You know what I mean? I need a little help. You know, he been up in, I mean, that's just disgusting, dude. I mean, do you really, I wouldn't be surprised. The way he talks, I have a 13-year-old daughter. If somebody asked me what we had in common, I would never say sex. Is there any fathers out there who have daughters? And let me ask this. Is there any fathers out there who have daughters who are MAGA that when the first thing that comes to your mind, if somebody said, what do you and your daughter have in common, would you say sex? If so, please leave the feed now because you're a pedophile and that's incest. It's double disgusting. Charlie Kirk probably had a micro penis too. Yeah, I would imagine. It's funny. And I said this, my sisters, they're therapists and, they're very smarter than I am, more educated. And I said, I think a lot of pedophilia, a lot of these dudes have little dicks. And part of the reason is when they go for somebody younger, these women have never seen it before. So they don't have anything to compare it to. So these guys, because a real woman, when seeing, something like that, they're going to be like, don't want no short dick, man. Do. Don't want no short dick, man. This is because AI is so advanced it predicts the future. Oh, that is interesting. That's a good idea. Let's ask AI what it thinks about it. Hold on, let me go to ChatGPT. Guys, again, this is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. I'm here live every single day at 5 p.m. EST, working hard for you guys. Now, let me ask ChatGPT. Okay. Let's ask ChatGPT if it thinks. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was a paid Mossad agent to blackmail politicians? And do you think Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? Okay, let's see what ChatGPT has to say for us. ChatGPT probably won't even touch this. Oh my, literally, there's not even an answer coming up. It's a paid. Wow. Short answer. There's no solid proof for either claim. And a lot of what circulates online's mix verified facts with speculation. Was Jeffrey Epstein a paid agent running a blackmail operation? There is no conclusive evidence in this. What is true? Epstein systematically abused minors and surrounded himself with powerful people. Multiple journalists and investigators have suggested that he may have collected compromising material, photo recordings, witness leverages. Some survivors and associates have alleged that cameras were present in his properties. Of course they were. This is the whole point, you guys. Let's open up our minds. Jeffrey Epstein was put in place to blackmail politicians to get power. You know what the most powerful thing that you can have on somebody is a secret. I'll tell you what, any man, and that's what's scary about Trump right now. He is doing everything in his power. He will nuke this whole world before he will be found out on those Epstein files. And that's what's crazy about it. I came in the right time. Yes, you did, Jamie Wilson. Welcome to Samson's World, baby. Thank you, Shirley. Baron Trump is not his kid. It's Melania's bodyguard's kid. Really? I've never heard that. Yes, and this is what I love about the truth. All truth eventually comes to the top of the pile of lies. That's true. Yes, you came in the right time, Jamie. My partner has a 5, maybe 6 incher, and that's fine for me, LOL. But Charlie's micro would have been off-putting, certainly. Jamie, thanks for that information. I hope your partner's okay with that. No, what's interesting, let's totally diverge. The average size of a male penis, I think, is like 5 inches, right? And ladies, I think from what I hear, as long as you have at least, 5, 6 inches on, you're good. You know what I mean? I'm standing at probably about 7, I'll be real, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't have the biggest schlong in the world, but guess what? My wife loves it, and she's never not satisfied. Sure, would she probably like to, you know, take a swing with Big Dick Danny one day, maybe. But I'm so thankful to God that I wasn't given a micro penis, because I really feel bad. Men who have micro penises, like, what do you do? There's no surgeries. Women, you can get BBLs, fake titties, da-ba-dee-pa-poo. How have they not figured out like a good dick surgery? I'm shocked by this. Shirley, he done said that if he goes down, he's taking. Yep, exactly. The guy's a pillow biter. Facts. Jamie just put her partner on blast. Yeah. But you know what, though? Hey, 5, maybe 6-incher, and that's good. You know what I mean? A lot of women will tell you, and here's something too. Besides just having a 5 or 6-incher, it's how long can you keep it up for? Now, I'll be honest. Sometimes I got some of those blue pills, and damn, when I want to really go in on my wife or something, I'll pop a couple of those blue pills, man, and I am good. I bought a 12-inch twister one. Okay, we're taking a left turn on Samson's World. Okay, I love talking sex, though. Who doesn't? Did you know having sex 2 to 3 times per week extends your life by more than a decade? Did you guys know that? So what are you guys going to be doing tonight? I hope fucking. Men with micro penises have a life purpose. Yeah, to be miserable. They do have penile implants. Do they work? I don't know. Damn, we'll get blue pills one day. Yes, Jamie, tell your guy. And here's something, guys. Here's a little message. Because I used to think that, like, I don't need pills. I don't need it. I can get hard. Yeah. It's great. You can get hard. But with these pills, you're like, shit, this thing ain't going away. Because guys usually after they bust a nut, you know, and ladies, I'll let you know this. After a man busts a nut, he is closest to the female brain he will ever be. He's like, oh, I want to snuggle now. I want to cuddle. I'm not as horny. I just want to cuddle, you know? But those blue pills, man, after you bust a nut, it's still there. Like, all right, I guess we can keep going. And that's what the ladies like. Because, guys, sex with yourself, does it count? I think so. I think masturbation, because you know why? Because, and I tell my wife this, she hates to hear this study. I'm like, honey, I'm just trying to relieve your stress. Like, they honestly say, once you get it inside, you know, the love goo and everything, it relaxes you. That's true. Men ejaculating at least once a day lowers your risk for penis, testicle, and colon cancer. Yeah, guys, so jerk away, baby. And it lowers anxiety. You're not as angry. Have you ever done that? Like, I'm all mad, I'm all frustrated. And then my wife and I have a nice little session, and I am happy. I'm like, do you need me to do the dishes? Like, I'll take the kids today. I'll just whoopity-boo. I am fucking psyched to do anything. I don't care about your sex life. Literally, a man died, and this is your point. Yeah, thank you, CF Morrow. We got a little bit off. Baby batter, that is. Now, to your point, CF Morrow, now we got to dive into the more serious topics. Now, here's something, Danielle, I'm a lawyer in real life. This woman actually is a lawyer. She had, and also, I got to say something to CF Morrow. You know, you either laugh or you cry in this world. And sometimes laughter and sex is how we cope, you know? Yeah, oh, bless. Exactly. Hey, Jamie, you're the one that got me talking about all this cock and balls stuff. But let me play this video, because obviously in the title, this video is actually, because a lot of people said, oh, Alex he had a rib broke, right? Like a week before the incident happened. It was like, oh, yeah. You know, everybody's like, see, he's an agitator and this and that. But what Danielle is saying is that actually does not give ICE immunity, because they had prior knowledge of him. Now, everybody's saying we don't know who this guy is, but they did know who he was, and they did have him in a database. Allegedly. Check this out, Danielle.
Confrontation with Alex Pretti a week before they killed him, where they broke his rib. I'm a lawyer in real life. I don't play one on television. This reporting is new. And if it is true, it changes everything, and it may affect whether the officers can claim qualified immunity in this case. Federal
You guys listen
agents
up.
usually claim qualified immunity, not absolute immunity, but qualified immunity, which can protect them if they made a reasonable mistake in a tense situation. Immunity only works if it was truly a split-second judgment. Reports are true that ICE agents already knew who Alex Pretti was, that they had tackled him before, broken his rib,
Right.
documented him, maybe even placed him in a protester database, then this was not just a stranger encounter. That could destroy the "we didn't know who we were dealing with" defense. Immunity also does not protect retaliation. You cannot use force to punish someone for protesting, for yelling, or for using their phone to record. That is protected activity. When you have leadership in this
Mind you, if anybody is saying, who's this lady? Is she crazy? She is a lawyer.
administration and within
She passed the bar in like 5 different states, she was saying on our show the other day.
ICE, saying things like, we're going to make protesters famous. They're talking about them being agitators, and they're making databases. Courts are going to pay attention to that.
Exactly. Thank you, Silky Smooth. And I have ADHD. I am all over this map. You guys know that. That's why I always say, I'm digressulating.
Law is already clear. You can't use deadly force on someone who is not an immediate threat because you're trying to pay them back or because you know they're an agitator. Qualified immunity doesn't disappear for these officers, but
This is what I think is so funny. Peter, are you a lawyer? Just because somebody says things that are factual and they're experts and they have a law degree and they pass the bar, why is she a terrible lawyer? Because she's saying something you don't agree with. But when it's the law and it's factual, just because you don't agree with it, you have to still come to the table. And again, let me invite some people here on the show.
Weaker if there's evidence that this was personal, that it was planned, that they knew Alex and that they were trying to punish him. Like, share, and follow for more breakdowns, and let me know what you think in the comments.
So did you guys hear that? So she's basically saying it's the opposite of what a lot of people thought. Like, oh, you see, he had his rib broken. He's an agitator. But it's actually the opposite, and it takes away their immunity. Qualified immunity violates the Constitution of equal rights. Yes, at Action Packed. Laughing off subject is something the world does not do much of anymore. Guys, that's the reason I'm a comedian. That's the reason we have comedy. Because people come to comedy clubs to escape their life, to just hear people talk shit. Because it's a female, MAGA doesn't listen to women. Yeah, that could be. Let's see. Okay, I put the link to the show in the comments. If anybody, Peter Ferrario, come on and let's talk about it. Or Action Pack, Silky Sweet. Anybody in the comments is invited to come on the show and we can chat it up. I'd love to have people come in. I'd love to have respectful back and forth dialogue. Now, let's keep this train a-rolling. They see me rolling. They see me hating. Now, here is the eyewitness. She was known as the Lady in Pink, who was filming. And what a brave woman. And it's so sad. And I just want to ask people, watch this video. I'm sure, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people will be like, oh, she's not, but can't you read emotion? And actually right after I say, no, people can't read emotion because people actually thought or think that Erica Kirk is really upset about her husband who got killed. And like, they think her emotion's real when she doesn't even have a tear. She watched this woman and the tears that she produces for Alex Pretti, a man who I don't even know if she knew him. And yet Erica Kirk, we've never seen a tear stream down her face. Watch this interview.
Shocking about the number of shots is that the last 5 shots or so are actually from a distance where he appears already lying on the ground, not moving. Yep. Do you remember that? Again, this is happening in
I mean, honestly, Alex being shot is the most memorable part of it.
Hold on. You think U-Bots is sad? What are you talking about? This is all organic, baby. I wish if I had view-bots, you think I'd only have 50 people in here? Oh, wait a minute. We got Steve Eichelberger in the mix, my old college buddy. Does anybody want to see his dick? Now, to our earlier conversation, is it possible that Steve's dick is at that average 5 inches or longer? Camera shy is why I haven't. Silky Sweet, that's okay. But if you want to just come in on the audio and talk, you can. Big Steve, if you want to try and come in on here and talk shit to these folks, you can. Thank you, Cloud LMFO, bro. Shut the fuck up. Okay. But it's kind of awkward when I do that. You're sad, bud. Sorry for you. Hey, mom, you want to see my dick? Hey, man, you want to see? Yeah, Steve, I said I want to see your dick. I put the link in the show. Somebody said post it. Come on the show, Stevie, big old pussy. Guys, we are live. This is Samson's World, where court comedy culture and your world collide now. Let's get back to this witness testimony from Minnesota, the lady in pink. Now, here's what I want to ask the MAGAs out there. Do you see this tear strolling down her face? Just watch and tell me if you think the emotion is real. MAGA or Dems or whatever. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm just right versus wrong. We need to shed the gang colors, guys. I'm a United States citizen. My colors are red, white, and blue. How about yours?
Lying on the ground, not moving. Do you remember that? Again, this is happening in
I mean,
5 to
honestly,
10
Alex
seconds.
being shot is the most memorable part of it. The agents are not a part of that, I think, because I watched him die. I mean, I watched him die. I remember him arching his back and his head rolling back, and it was so fast moving, but not for me. Like, when they fled, which now I see, after the shooting, they decided to just scatter and save themselves. Watching him die, and then after, I've watched people die before in more of a calculated and planned way, like, hospice in various ways. You know what that looks like, and I knew he was gone because I watched it. And then they come over to try to perform some type of medical aid by ripping his clothes open with scissors and then maneuvering his body around like a rag doll, only to discover that it could be because they wanted to count the bullet wounds to see how many they got, like he's a deer. I watched that, and that is what it felt like they were doing, and that is part of why I was like, what are you guys doing? Why would you jostle his body around like that? You're not even doing anything to help him. But I knew he was gone.
You knew he was gone then?
I knew he was gone.
Hey, thank you, Kelsey. How are you? I was watching on Instagram and had to switch to here. No more division. Loved our chat earlier. Poor woman. If I watched someone die horrifically in front of me, I would not be the same. Yeah. And Kelsey, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you coming over here. We had our discussion on Instagram. We had a difference of opinions for a minute, but then we quickly found out how much we had in common. And you really taught me a lot, Kelsey, because my goal, I realized, as a comedian and entertainer, and with my platform, I want to use it to bring us together. I'm really working to shed all of us Americans of this red and blue gang theory. It's like East Coast versus West Coast, Bloods versus Crips, but it's us versus them. The Democrats, the Republicans, they all lie. They're all on the same team, and they're having us fight each other while they trade stocks and make themselves rich. All of them are full of shit. So thank you so much, Kelsey, for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. This is Samson's World, where court comedy and culture and your universe collide, live every day at 5 EST. It's civilians versus the power. Yeah, and the irony is, Trump said yesterday on the plane, yeah, we don't need guns, no guns in the street. You can't bring a gun. You can't. Well, you can't. There's a Second Amendment. Since when? The Second Amendment is there to protect yourself in case of a Tyrannosaurus Rex government. For exactly this. Pretty sure he shouldn't have been there unlawfully armed with the intent to get into violence. Now, Sean, here it is again. It's just like nobody wants to accept facts. He shouldn't have been there unlawfully armed. He was a legal carrying. He had his gun registered, and it was in Minnesota is their laws allow you to carry wherever you want. So I'm just not sure I understand that. The boss weighed in on Minneapolis. Who? Oh, Bruce Springsteen, of course. I love, Bruce Springsteen. At least, don't you guys miss like the musicians? Remember Crosby, Stills, and Nash? For dead in Ohio. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. Should have been gone long ago. There's no more good protest music, man. What are these fucking musicians are doing? Oh, this is great. Fucking dipshit. Let me write that one down. And let's just review all the MAGA insults. I have them all written down here on my pad of paper. I'm a libtard. I'm retarded. I'm gay. Where is your boyfriend? Your voice is annoying. You have an ugly face. You're in your mom's basement. No, I'm in my mom's studio and in her attic. I'm Anne Frank in it. I'm Jewish. I can make that joke. I tried being a Democrat, but my head wouldn't fit up my ass. Somebody called me trash yesterday. They called me a sad piece of shit loser. They said I'm a whiny pussy and Trump is your dad for 3 more years. Thank you. I had a Latino Trumper call me a pendejo. He said, "Calate, pendejo," which I found out was shut up, asshole. Somebody said I was low on testosterone. Thank you. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Somebody said I was a putz podcast. You're a douchebag. You're aggressive. And then today, somebody called me a little boy. So thank you, but I'm going to add fucking dipshit to the list. Dipshit, which, by the way, dipshit's such a great word. Yeah, I know, Kelsey. Kelsey, but that's what it is. We need to shed. It's like, take off this red coat. Take off this blue coat they've got me in. I'm no more. I am not gang affiliated anymore. I used to be a Crip, and I dropped out of it. I'm an American. It's against the law to protest with a gun in Minnesota. Hey, Candyman, let's ask the GPT. Let's see. And then, of course, a lot of people say, well, what about Kyle Rittenhouse? Is it illegal to protest with a gun in Minnesota? Let's find out, Candyman, together. It is not universally illegal to protest with a gun in the United States. As laws vary significantly by state and local jurisdiction, there is no federal law. And listen to this, Candyman 7921. Let me know if I'm lying, if I'm wrong. Please do your own research. That's what my show is for. I'm here to just ask questions and let's learn together. It is not universally illegal to protest with a gun in the United States, as laws vary significantly by state and local jurisdiction. There is no federal law. Listen, there is no federal law banning firearms at protests. They had firearms at January 6th. Here's the thing, guys. Just don't be hypocritical. Okay? Because what if some MAGAs, which I know have brought guns to protests? You're okay with that, but once somebody else does it, it's not okay. Hey, it's okay if he fucks my wife, but you can't fuck my wife. Don't you fuck my wife. He can, though. Like, what are you guys saying? There is no federal law banning firearms at protests, but states and cities can impose restrictions on the time, place, and manner of protests, which may include weapon prohibitions. Some states allow it. In some states, such as Minnesota and Tennessee, individuals with a valid permit may legally carry a firearm, including at public demonstrations, provided they do not brandish the weapon, which we know he never did, or use it to incite violence, which we know he never did. I mean, I saw some dumbass guys like, see that, guys? Hold on. You see that? This was what they did. Like, see that? See that? That it kind of looks like a gun, though, doesn't it? No, that looks like a phone. And he never did that. He was holding the phone like this. Have you ever seen anybody shoot somebody like this? Stick them up, guys. Stick them up. You over there, stick them up. Streaming, we're having trouble streaming to Instagram. All right, hold on, guys. I got to fix the feed real quick to Instagram. This is what we do, guys. I am doing technical shooting. So Instagram died. Let me start that over. 1 second, guys. Bear with me. I just got to let this is Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. We are broadcasting live every day at 5 p.m. EST to Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, man. We are banking. We are banking on every freaking network that they will put us on. Let me just see. I'm just getting this set back up. This is a great conversation. Guys, again, I put the link to the show in the comments. If anybody wants to come on and talk some shit with me, let's do it. Call me a libtard to my face, please, so we can just get it over with. Okay, let me see now if I am going to get Insta going back again. Man, I'm getting good at this, guys. I'm literally just troubleshooting on the fly, running this show on my own. You guys can see me here. Okay, and why isn't it coming? That's what she said. Connecting stream software. I'm still waiting for it to go back to Instagram. We're having trouble streaming to Instagram. If you ended on Instagram, then this is expected. If not, try creating a new Instagram. I already did. Well, I don't know, guys. Insta is not wanting to play friendly with me today. I'll give it one more opportunity, and then I got to get back to this show. 1 second. Again, if anybody wants to come on the show and talk some shit, you're always more than welcome to come on. I had a very nice conversation the other day with Wiggy, a nice MAGA, who we had a really nice conversation, and we met in the middle. That's all I'm asking, guys. Meet me in the middle. Meet me halfway. That's all I'm asking. Oh, I'm sweating bullets up in this bitch. Must be my perimenopause. Both of those people were there trying to protect a criminal from being kicked out of our country. Facts. I'm not sure what that means. He didn't have his ID on him. He was carrying illegally. Can you please show me that info, Sean? Where is that information at? Trump was elected in a democratic way. Yeah, Instagram's fighting me today. It does. Sorry, Instagram. It does not want to be part of the feed today. We'll just have to move on. He remade Streets of Philadelphia. Oh, the streets of Minneapolis. I have one. There's blood in the snow of Minneapolis. I ask us as Americans, what happened to us? Blood in the streets of Minneapolis. Been on the books for decades. People are shocked. I almost knocked my coffee over. Trump was elected in the democratic way and enforcing laws that have been on the books for decades. People are shocked. I think it's in the way that they're doing it, which people are shocked. You know, Americans just don't like when you kill Americans. I think that's it. IMFO, you have Secret Service in your name and you aren't aware of lawful carry. Sean, just stop being dumb, dude. Show me where. Just send me a link. Quit saying it. It doesn't mean anything unless you can link facts, okay? And I haven't seen anything that suggested different that he wasn't legally carrying. And it's so funny because if this was somebody MAGA J6, I highly doubt you would feel this strongly about it. It's just so selective. Just ban the trolls. They're detrimental to the progress of the show. Yeah, Action, you're right. I won't let these trolls keep stopping me up. Question everybody and everything. He's pushing purely leftist propaganda and swears he's not affiliated with any party. This is the CNN of live streams. Oh, thank you, Brad. Brad, well, come on the show and let's chat about it. You must carry your ID to carry. Well, how do you know he didn't have an ID on him? I mean, I don't think they really gave him much opportunity. And also, you don't have to show your ID to anybody. I'm just not sure about that. 609.71 Minnesota State Code. Let's look up what is that. 609.71 Minnesota State Code. Why would you bring one to a peaceful protest? I don't know. That's a good question. I personally wouldn't bring a gun to a protest. I agree, but you have the right to. I understand that, Stacy. That's a valid question, but Stacy, why would anybody? I mean, why, I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse had his mom drive him across the state lines to go to what, protect buildings, or kind of went to a protest and ended up shooting 3 people, and he was everybody's hero. So I'm just confused. It's a riot, the correct language. I don't know. Have you ever seen a riot before? Because there's like 3 people there. That wasn't, you are the hypocrites. Okay, Stacy. Stacy, come on the show and let's talk about it. So now it wasn't a riot, it was an insurrection. Sean, so what was January 6th? Let's keep it moving along. Now, this is funny. Erica Kirk just got exposed for a lot of her fake shit. Now, I showed you earlier the pink lady. She was crying. She had real tears in her eyes about Alex Pretti's death. And then listen to this. Just let me know if you guys think this is Erica Kirk caught in a new recording 11 days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Listen to some of this.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote.
Dude, this is 11 days, and then she goes on to talk about they made $200,000.
The production team, just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep.
Wow.
We have the most incredible team. We just do. That they put a lot of their time and effort into it. Just say thank you. There's something really special to be seen in moments like this. And it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm right in the trenches with you guys. And so this
is very interesting. Facebook cut us off, I think, because our conversation got too tough for Meta. That's the thing about the United States right now. Freedom of speech is so under fire. TikTok, since it's got taken over by Trump talk, is just, you can't say anything over there. Minnesota statute 609.71 defines the crime of riot in 3 degrees. First of all, I don't know if you can qualify a riot is something like January 6th or something like where Kyle Rittenhouse was when people were burning buildings during, Michael Brown, George Floyd riots, lots of people involved destroying property. Based on the involvement are 3 or more people disturbing the peace with, it says 3 or more people. So, okay, maybe it can qualify as a riot. Unlawful force or violent penalties range from up to 1 year for 3rd-degree riot to 20 years in prison for 1st-degree riot of death results. First-degree riot occurs when 3 or more people assemble to disturb the peace through violent, unlawful acts. A death results, and a participant is armed with a dangerous weapon. Penalties include up to 20 years in prison and a $35,000 fine. Second-degree riot involves 3 or more people disturbing the peace where a participant is armed with or knows another participant is armed with a dangerous weapon. I don't know if any of these people knew he was armed. Applies 3rd-degree riot, applies when 3 or more people disturb the peace with unlawful force or violence, punishable by up to 1 year in prison, punishable by $1,000. I got to say, though, 1st degree, $35,000 fine, 2nd degree, $10,000 fine. Third degree, $1,000 fine. I just don't see where it says death, execution for it, right? I don't know. It's interesting. Everybody, and this is what's so amazing about society now is we can all see the same thing and have two different opinions. It's fascinating. Hey, man, seems like a lot of people are talking shit in here, but nobody is talking how pretty your mouth is. That thing is ready to get punched and fucked on. Your wife is lucky. Thank you so much, Steven. I think that's a very valid point. But a lot of these trolls can't see how beautiful. I have some DSLs, man. These are dick sucking lips right here. Now propagandist likes this uses death as a virtue signal. Pretty stand shit at this point. Brad, I don't know. Brad, come on the show, bro. This is what I love. If you guys have some cojones, come on the show. Come on up, Brad. Because this is what our society has gotten to. A bunch of people who are brave behind a keyboard, but I don't think they have always the guts to just come talk to me in person. I'm not going to hurt you. You see me. You could probably take me. I'm a lefty libtard, big fat pussy. I've got some sexy lips that Steve just mentioned. Trump has broken the Constitution. He isn't doing things legally. No other president was killing Americans. Every president has used ICE. Yeah, I agree. Just not in this fashion, totally. Am I wrong about that? Suddenly the libs are in support of the Second Amendment. I mean, but I think I've always been in support of the Second Amendment. Haven't you? So suddenly Republicans are not for the Second Amendment. I'm just confused. Let's just keep it a buck, guys. Corn Pop was a bad dude, which is nullified in the 609. You guys are afraid of the trolls. That's why you block pussies. I haven't blocked anybody. You ban different positions. The Somalis and illegals don't give two shits about his white ass. And here comes the racism. The difference between him and Kyle is Kyle retreated. The mob came after him, which forced him to defend his life, right? Pretti was harassing agents and violated 18 USC 111 when he interfered. Cora, are you a lawyer? And Cora, would you like to come on the show and talk about this a little more? It was not a peaceful protest. They've been riots for a month now. Well, I guess then you just deserve to die in our country is what some people saying. Yeah, you support gun rights now. No, Nathan, I think I always have. I don't, I have a gun. I'm from Missouri. I've fired every gun under the sun. I used to fire like AR-15s out on the farm. My friend and I were shooting 22s when we were kids. And so I know about guns. I ain't got no problem with them. Why didn't Stacy's mom swallow? Some questions will never be answered. That is a good question. Swallowing is great. Maybe he was just walking by the area and stepped in to help the lady. And why does having a legal gun the question and how ICE is killing innocent people? Notice he went to look up the saying, then ignore it because of facts. No, I told you. What you said, that seemed to you know what, you made a good point. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, Chucks, what's going on?
When are you gonna get here?
Soon. I'm just getting off the podcast. I'm on an hour. All right, I love you. Be there soon. Guys, this has been a great little Samson's World where court comedy and culture. So we finally acknowledged January 6th for what it is. I don't know. I don't think. Crystal came on. Oh, yeah, Crystal. Let me bring you into the mix here. Can you hear me, Crystal? Silky Sweet, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's so lovely to hear your real voice in real life.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, it sounds like it's going double.
Oh, it is? Silky Sweet, what did you want to say to everybody here? I really appreciate it. It's so great to hear your voice in real life. For those of you who don't know, Silky Sweet and Action Packed are they are my most loyal fans of this show that I've built here in the last few months. I go live every day, 6 days a week. Erica Kirk had Charlie killed to keep her affair with J.D. Vance a secret. Maybe, baby. Nowhere does it say that they can be executed on the spot for rioting, so none of that applies here. Cora, what do you think about that? More than 3 ICE people, so ICE started the riot. I don't know. No one said the punishment is death. We said he was breaking his own state laws. Cora, your BS isn't funny, honestly. Maggots aren't.
I think people need to open their eyes.
Go ahead. Yeah, give your, let me hear what you want to say to everybody, Silky Sweet. You have the floor, Crystal.
Instead of complaining about the immigrants, why don't they put themselves in the immigrants' shoes of why half of them have come here?
Right. I think that's an excellent point. And, you know, I'm Jewish, Crystal, but, you know, I go back to the teachings of Jesus, the simple do unto others as you want done to yourself. But I think a lot of it, Crystal, a lot of Americans don't ever plan to go overseas or leave their neighborhood or their country.
Exactly.
So they don't experience that. Like if you go to Canada, they don't like Americans a lot right now. You go to Mexico, you go to Europe, they're really not happy with a lot of us now. But for people who never plan, that's what a lot of Americans are very small-minded, and they don't realize culture is beautiful. Like I'm going to Italy this summer. Florence, Italy, some of the best food in the world. Has anybody on here ever been to Firenze, Florence, Italy? It's just amazing food. And you can't compare once you've had real Italian food, it's nothing like American Italian food. Your failed country is not America's duty to accept you're in. It's not a right. It is a right, though. That's a hard part, which I think a lot of people, and I have a hard time telling this to people, Crystal. The Fifth Amendment, and I'll bring it up again for everybody. Fifth Amendment allows anyone who enters our country due process, and it specifically says any person, not citizen. Now, if I'm wrong, I had a lawyer on, Danielle, who was on. She's a lawyer, and she broke this down. But the funny thing, it's a privilege. And I don't know. Our Constitution, let me read it to you before I got to get out of here. I got to pick up my son. Crystal, what else would you like to say? It's wonderful to have you on here. Immigrants.
Thank you. I'll add next time on another show.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much for always tuning in too, Crystal. And all your emails you send me. I really appreciate you. America also has ruined.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Crystal. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Bye. Loved your show. Thank you, Jamie. Make sure you tune in again. I have to get going. Show me where it says your country is crap. You have a right to invade America against its laws. Okay, Cora, hang on. The Fifth Amendment provides due process rights to, and this is in quotations, all persons within U.S. jurisdiction, not just citizens, allowing immigrants, including those who are undocumented, the right to fair procedures such as notice, hearings, and the chance to present evidence before being deprived of life, liberty, or property. These protections apply to individuals already in the U.S., including legal and illegal immigrants. Fundamental rights, the right to a fair hearing, notice of charges, and the opportunity to defend oneself in immigration court. So I don't know. What am I misunderstanding? I'm not a lawyer. I'm just trying to ask the questions. Open the eyes. Illegals are humans. Also stop the hate. Yeah. And again, guys, what would Jesus say? Jesus accepted all immigrants. Jesus washed the feet of the homeless. You know what I mean? Jesus taught us to take everybody in. Entering is a crime. I know, but Cora, I was able to accept your facts that you told me about 609.71, that maybe that did qualify as a riot because you said 3 or more people. But I mean, I'm looking it up. Go look it up yourself and read it for yourself. Entering is a crime, but there's nothing here that says, it is a crime, but you're afforded due process. Due process is humane. It really is. Immigration is an invasion. Only low IQ chuds conflate the two. Yeah, because Cora, didn't your family come here? Are you a Native American? At some point, your family came here. All of ours did. Lordy Lord. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to, I appreciate everybody's peaceful dialogue, respectful dialogue. This has been I went 1 hour and 10 again today. So it proves this is a hot topic. We hit about 100 people up in this live feed today. Yeah, I asked that. How did her family come? That's what I just don't understand. But you guys, I will be here tomorrow. Please come back. I appreciate all the new patriots that came to see the show today. Samson's World, where court, comedy, culture, and your world collide. I love you guys. I'm a United States citizen. And I love you guys. I really do. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world.
Can you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?